Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play Ghost Trick. On the last episode we saved Lynn again, but we did it by torpedoing a giant hole in the ship, so let's see what the repercussions of that are. What's the matter? You still look unhappy. We stopped the torpedo from blowing up, but we still, yep, exactly as I said. You're right, I guess it's just what missiles do, they're unstoppable. Am I hearing things? Anyway, I guess we better get back to the present as quickly as we can. Right, I'm worried about Kamala. So is Missile here along with us? Certainly we would expect him to be back in the room with Kamala. We managed to stop death for now, but it hasn't disappeared altogether. It's now slowly but surely filling the room. Check out those fans. Uh-oh. Water is seeping in through the hole where the torpedo hit. I've got to get them out of here. I better go to meet up with Lynn. I guess that's our next goal. We have to get to the other side of the room. Nothing new there. Notice that there are two cores in this torpedo, even though there's nothing really to do. This isn't just a mechanism to get us to the other side of the room. There's actually some meaning in it we'll get to later. So here's a starter device for these gears. There's another, like, sort of goofy timing puzzle. Check out those fans, they're different sizes. The lights went out, but apparently this machine still works. It's not like we know anybody who can swap objects of the exact same size or anything. Shape, rather. Unfortunately, I guess it won't run for very long, but maybe I can use its movements to help me create a path. That's a clue to the fact that we probably could have figured it out by ourselves, but we need to trick and then ghost into the gears as they turn. And then this balancer will move over to the right side, and then we can trick into this little gear crank. Round and round they go. I believe now that we've done this once, it won't stop until we actually get to the other side, so we don't get stranded in the middle of the gears. Let's, oops, not quite. This piston pumps up, and then we can go into this flashlight and send a signal to Lynn. In a minute. Boy, Kamala's not looking too great. Lynn. Kamala, you're awake. How do you feel? I'm so sorry. I'm sorry I pointed that gun at you. Don't worry about that. That wasn't you. Miss Kamala! Oh, Missile, you're here. She doesn't look too happy about it. Oh, poor Miss Kamala. Miss Lynn, what should we do? We have to get out of here before any more water comes in. Sissel should be along any second. I knew Sissy would come. Yep, and Missy is here too. Aw. I'm so happy everyone's going to be with me now. Her dad's around here too, somewhere too. Because she's so happy she passed out. Miss Kamala! It's had a pretty rough day. Also, apparently she remembers what happened when she was being manipulated, which is unusual. I'll get you out of here. Lynn didn't remember, and I guess the minister sort of... Oh, I think I'm going to cry. Or whimper, as the case may be. I better send a signal to Lynn that I'm here, before it's too late. Well, what can we do? Let's turn the flashlight on. Ding. Good enough. Oh, look at that flashlight. It's Sissel, he's here. People pick up on that pretty quickly, thankfully. At least those that actually know we exist. And Lynn acquired the flashlight, maybe? Time to play Silent Hill. I'm glad you're here, Sissel. Sorry for the wait. It looks like this room is going to fill up with water fast. Where's Missile, anyway? We better get out that door as quick as we can. We won't be getting out that door, I'm afraid. The water pressure is too great already. I can't open it. What? What does water pressure mean? Oh, thanks. Think of it as the force of the water holding the door closed. The water level keeps getting higher and higher in here. So the only way out of here is up, huh? Exactly. Okay, got it. Let's look for a path that goes up. There actually is some stuff up here that we could have accessed with both Sissel and Missile while we're in this room. But as it turns out, we couldn't really do anything up there. Hey, look at that ladder. I wonder if we can get it down somehow. Good idea. Let's try it. Oh, and by the way, yes? I can't swim. Neither can Kamala. Don't you have any good news for me? Let me think about it. In the meantime, could you hurry, please? Way to brush us off. Let's see what we can reach. We've got this handle, I guess. Let's see what that does. Steam! We can get up here. And we can lower the switch. Easy enough. It's pretty straightforward, like a lot of the non-death sequences are. You did it, Sissel. Thanks. There's some more stuff we can play with, but like this hook up here, it actually gets caught on the upper right. It gets caught on the grate, so we can't actually move it. It's obviously something we have to play with later. There's absolutely nothing in this game that doesn't eventually turn out to be useful, so conservation of detail is very high. What was that? It looks like water seeping in isn't the only thing we have to worry about. Uh-oh. Huh? Well, that was useful for all about 5 seconds. Sissel, the flashlight doesn't work anymore. Hey, don't get mad at me. Maybe the contacts are bad or something. Hey, I know, you can fix it with your powers. Okay, now that's just taking things too far. It's just a way of saying that we can't just conveniently fix it, but let's see what we can do anyway. Oh, look at that, we can. That's actually kind of surprising. Hey, great. Did you used to be an electrician in your past life or something? That's a cruel question considering the circumstances. Now all we have to do is get to that door and we're safe. What could possibly go wrong? Oh wait. We're in a sinking submarine. All kinds of things could go wrong. Check this out. It's a pretty nice FMV. It's very smooth, the transition between the full movies and the sprite-based gameplay. And no, they're not dead, actually, surprisingly. Just need a minute to wake up. Ow. Shouldn't have eaten all that chicken. What happened now? It looks like the submarine decided to rear up on its hind legs. I can't believe we're still okay after that fall. Either we're really lucky or we're dead and we just haven't realized it yet. Come on now, as if the latter could be true. Yeah, people who are dead figured it out pretty quickly, and at the very least, Sissel would have known right away. What now? The water sure is rising fast. Actually, it's pretty slow by gameplay standards. You'll just have to go up to the top and see how I can help with my ghost tricks. Trick time. Alright, I believe we have Missile here too. There he is. Well, I think I see a familiar flame over there. Sissel, there you are. How's it going? How's it going? I'd say it's going pretty badly. You do understand how dangerous the situation is, don't you? Of course, after all, just ask anybody who knows me how much I hate taking a bath. Maybe he's been in danger of drowning before himself. Okay, ready to create a path for these ladies? Of course! Why is he in the wheel? I thought he was in the balls last time. Anyway, first thing to do is to manipulate these fans. So, switching these two medium fans obviously doesn't do anything. We'll find out later that there's a switch that Sissel can manipulate that causes these pistons on the left side to retract or extend depending upon the size of the fan. So the first thing to do, actually not this one, is to get this large fan down to the bottom. And we can't actually go straight through the fans because you can't move without swapping identical objects. Now we have to get this small fan up here swapped with the middle fan, and then we have to get Sissel to the activation switch. So let's see what he can get to. Not much of anything actually. But maybe something will float closer to us. Oh yeah, we have to wait for the water to rise up a little bit. That'll help us out a bit. There we go. Now we can get up through the machinery again, just like we did, sort of like we did before. This time, actually, a lot of it stays in place. Although I think we still need to activate this to get the piston from before to move. So let's take care of that. Oh yeah, okay, just operating the machinery causes the steps to extend. There, how about that? This is great, you made a staircase for me. You better hurry. I don't think that water's gonna wait for you. And then we can use the machinery again to get up ourselves. This actually isn't a time limit. It's very vague like most of the rest of the game, but Lynn will actually die from drowning. The water will eventually, I mean obviously right now it skips up to where she is at the moment, but the water will eventually just overtake her if you take too long to figure out the puzzles. Thankfully most of them are pretty straightforward and you have a lot of time to experiment. Ouch! So now we've got a steam puzzle. Some pipe dream or whatever. Now the steam is getting in the way. It's too hot to get through. What? And there's no way to go around either. Think you can do something? Sort of lampshading the fact the game is 2D. We have to. Sure, why not? Let's see if the machinery is in a position now that we can move up. No, it is not. All right, let's first activate Missile and see what he can reach. Not much of anything from Missile either. I mean, we can reach this. There we go. Okay, so here's a wheel we can turn, which will eventually alleviate the steam to some extent. What we have to do is swap these two, and that causes some of, see, they're gigantic. Look at this, if I swap the pipes, it changes how the steam comes out, huh? Oh, I get it, because the cracks in each pipe are different, right? So each pipe sprays out the steam in a different way, eh? I bet that will come in handy. So, you see they're big blasts of steam coming out from certain edges of the pipes. The goal is to get those to face away from where Lynn is. And we can do this by making these 3 swaps. And then we can get Sissel up to the top and get him into this wheel, and that will cause the smaller steam bursts to also go away. And that will solve the puzzle for us. So let's get the machinery moving so that Sissel can move. It's actually kind of a pain to get the timing correct on the wheel. There we go. Into this. Sort of like we did before. Over to the other side. Come around. There we go. Kind of a slow process, but turn this wheel. And that should... Yeah, so turning this wheel causes this first one on the upper right to retract. It looks great. All that horrible steam is cleared out of the way. Okay, it's not far now. Try to move forward. Basically, we just need to get it so that the steam doesn't reach below this upper right, slightly lower vent. And then Lynn can climb up like she does now. Not too difficult. Pretty close to the door, too. Look up there. If I can just make it to that door, we can escape. Sounds like a plan. How in the world am I going to get up there? Don't yell at me. If you want to yell, you can yell at me. Missile. How can I yell at you when you're so sweet about it? I think you just did. Let's look for something to pull Miss Lynn up with. Yeah, something to whisk Miss Lynn up and glide her ever so gently to the top with. Hey, are you being sarcastic? Like we've never been sarcastic before. So let's see what we can get to. There was this hook that we could have used previously, but wouldn't do anything because it caught on the railing. Let's move it down. Easy enough. I don't think there's anything in this room that does anything particularly interesting between now and there. Alright, now this is what I'm talking about. Up we go. Raise away. Double trick. Thankfully Lynn is not too heavy for us to lift on our own. And I guess we hit another checkpoint because the water's rising on its own. I think we can raise the ladder back up, but obviously it doesn't really do anything. Sorry, I can't do it. Open it, hurry. Is that any way to ask for something? Trick time. Alright, let's see if we can open the door. It's no use. I can't budge it. It must be stuck. Oh no! Time for Deus Ex Machina, maybe? No! Yep, here we go. Literally. Check that out. It's the claw. Pretty freaky. Someone's a fan of UFO catcher games. What just happened? I can't believe my eyes. Lynn and the little lady suddenly vanished, leaving only darkness and seawater. The submarine continues to sink down, deep into the deep, deep sea, but I still want to try to make my way up as far as possible. I still want to head up to find a single ray of light. Light to illuminate the truth at the bottom of this deep, deep darkness. Chapter 17, 5 o'clock in the morning. We're almost there. Into the home stretch. A little time left, so let's see what we see at the beginning of this chapter. The upended submarine continues to sink, slowly but surely. A long, long journey to the bottom of the sea. Maybe we'll find out who the Clawman was. Lynn and the little lady found the darkness and the salt water closing in on them, but at the last second something saved them. Now it looks down at them quietly. My head is filled with one giant question. What in the world is this thing? It is just a claw. It's not even attached to anything right now. It's made of junk. That was anticlimactic, but wait. It's the world's most bootleg Voltron. Yeah, check it out. Looks kind of like us. Go figure. What are the odds that they would have something that looks exactly like our head with our shades lying around in this junk pile? I see you managed to survive, Detective. Hey, you're... Excuse my appearance, I seem to have lost my body. So I guess that body actually did belong to the manipulator. Oh, and you there. You're the ghost who's been saving Lynn all evening, aren't you? You knew about me all along? Of course, what else would explain all those unnatural things happening? If you knew, how come you didn't do anything about it all this time? And how come you decided to save us all of a sudden? I thought you wanted to get revenge on us. Well, so clearly we finally come face to face with the man who's been manipulating the events of the last 5 years. Now we'll get to find out his motivations, possibly, maybe ask him a few questions. So we'll save that for the next episode of Let's Play Ghost Trick. See you tomorrow.